Okay, so this video is 1.8. We're combining functions. So what we're trying to do is either like add, subtract, right? We already did that. Now we're going to like multiply and divide functions. That's basically all we're doing. So you could probably just copy the example, get the idea, but you don't have to like worry about this too much because I think you'll be kind of fine with it. So we have these two functions, and all I want to do is I just want to combine them. So basically, I want to take them, and that notation means multiply them. Yeah, 1.8 combining functions. 1.8 combining functions. So what you're doing is you're realizing that this means this, f of x times g of x. That's what you have to know. It's just a notation thing. Once you know it, because it's kind of written here, right? Same thing. You're just taking f of x and g of x and multiplying them. So you're taking x squared and multiplying it by x minus 3. So these two like red things are these two red things, right? That's it. That's f times g of x. F times g of x. Or f of x times g of x. Pretty simple. And it does say, it might say evaluate. Yeah, when x is 4. So now we just plug in 4. So we plug in 4. To that, we get 16. Okay. We could also plug in 4 to the first one, and I think we get 16. Oh, actually, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, that's fine. So if we plug in 4 to the first one, we get 16. If we plug in 4 to the second one, we get 1, and that's also 16. So it's pretty simple. Okay. You're just multiplying two functions. That's it. There's nothing else to it. So don't overdo it. Okay? Multiply the functions, plug in the number. Let's try it. You try it. So try to find f times g of x, then evaluate f times g of 3. The way that you would write this in function notation would be f times g of 3. Evaluate the product when x is 3. So just give it a try. Pause the video and give this problem a shot. Gotta figure out how to pause. Okay, sadly, I don't know how to pause the recording, so we'll just go ahead and do it. So what we'll do is we'll just take this and multiply it by this. So that's going to be x squared times 1 minus x. That's it. That's f times g of x. So that's step 1. You already found it. And then they're asking you to evaluate f times g of 3. So you're just going to plug in 3 to that. So you're going to have 3 squared times 1 minus 3. You're going to have 9 times negative 2. And you're going to have negative 18. Okay? That's all. That's it. Then, of course, as we've added them, subtracted them, and multiplied them, what do you think we're going to do? We are going to divide them. You are correct. And that's pretty much all I was going to show you for today, and then just work with that, do some more domains, all that good stuff, right? So, as you probably know, this is finding the quotients. So we're going to divide them. So f divided by g of x and g divided by f of x. They're asking you to do two things this time, by the way. So I'll just kind of highlight that for you quite literally. They want you to find this and this. They gave you the functions. It's a little weird, but you're really just doing division of those two things. And again, I'm not even really doing it out. I'm just going to show you f divided by g and then g divided by f, right? So let's look at that. F divided by g is just f of x divided by g of x. So what you have to understand is that that's what that means. All the yellow things right now mean the same thing. This means this, and this means this. All you're going to do is put in f of x divided by g of x. That's it. You found it. You're also going to do g of x divided by f of x, so just flip it, right? G of x on top and f of x on bottom. So there you have it, okay? So those are a couple little examples. Now they want us to find the domains of them. Now this is going to be a bit of a hassle. I hate to say it, but it is. So we have to focus on the square roots, and we have to focus on the denominator, because none of that's really ideal. So this is where the real action is. Let's talk about the top function and just deal with its domain for now. Let's talk about the domain of each of them. So let's talk about the first one being f of x, right? Which is this. What's the domain of f of x? Just to kind of get the idea. What are numbers that are okay and what are numbers that are not okay? Some numbers? Some good numbers to put into f of x? Anybody? Yes? You can't put anything negative in, you say? Correct. So it has to be non-negative. So 0 is okay, which is non-negative, all the way to infinity. That's the domain of this one. Now we'll do the domain of this one. What's up with this one? The domain of that one is like, let's think about it for a second. Let's take our time. Is 10 going to be a good number to put in? No. Is 1 going to be okay? What numbers do you think are the cutoff numbers? 2? So plus or minus 2, right? So the question is, do we want the numbers that are in between 2 and negative 2? Or do we want the numbers that are outside of there? We said we didn't want 10, right? So that means we must stop at 2. So I think our domain is going to be from negative 2 to 2. Let's just double check it. Does 1 plug in and that's all right? Yeah? Does 2 plug in? That's all right? Does 3 plug in? Is that all right? No. So does it make sense? You could set it to 0 and find those numbers, of course, and then kind of like make a number line. So let's talk about that for a second. We're going to talk about number lines for a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 number lines for this problem. So let me go like this. Kind of figure out what's going on. And then we have this other issue is that like here with this, we also can't have x equal 2 and we can't have x equal negative 2. Those are kind of out, right? Because of this whole fraction thing. So let's just try to figure out what's okay. So let's just talk about the top function. This is a number line. Let's go from 0 all the way up. So you see I have basically 0 because it's kind of an important number. What did we say was like poison for this like black circle? Negative numbers, correct? So we're going to put x's like poison, like dead. No, not good. Bad, bad, bad. None of these numbers can go in. Can 0 go in? It can, because you can take the square root of 0, right? So we can put a little check mark there. This is just the black oval, color coding. Can you put in 1, 2, 3? Can you put all these numbers in? Yeah, we could do smiley faces if you like. Now we do the green, right? The green was from negative 2 to 2. And we said that this was bad, right? No good. This was not good, correct? Now the question was, for the green, were 2 and negative 2 okay, or were they not okay? They were okay for the green, right? But are they okay in the red, in the end function? So because they're not okay in the red, I'm going to put an x here, and I'm going to put an x here, and then back to the green, which is like these are all good. You see? Can you kind of visually tell what the domain is going to be now? Let's think about it. Well, what's the lowest number that has 2 check marks? That's totally good. What's the first number, the lowest number that has 2 check marks? 0. So 0 is going to be the first number in our domain. And because it has a check mark, we're going to have a bracket at 0. And then when do we go and stop? Like when do we run into an issue? 2. Not inclusive. And that is our domain. That's our final domain. That's the domain of the whole entire thing. And that was not a piece of cake. I'm not going to lie to you. But we took our time and we took it step by step. Let's check to make sure we've got it. And when we have quotients, we have more issues, right? So that's the domain of f over g, okay? Why don't we do a checkpoint? It's better that you practice it than you see me do another one, and I can come around and help you as you need it. And I'm just going to cut this video short because you said you would be good to, you'd rather practice. Just do a little bit and then practice, then just do a little bit. So why don't you try to find the domains of this one, and I'm sure it'll be fun. Pause the video, give that one a try, and I'll actually see you in the next video. Peace.